Hey, Blue Demons, Courtney here from the Office of Student Involvement. Welcome to week 5 and our 5th episode of the Back to Campus Vodcast. Excited to be with you here today, especially if you're in Chicago on this beautiful day to talk about some updates as related to returning back to campus. So as always, just wanted to start with some updates before we bring in this week's guest. But if you haven't heard, one exciting thing to share is that we as a city of Chicago has now entered phase 2 of the vaccination process. So that means that all Chicagoans who are age 16 and over are now eligible for the vaccine. If you haven't heard, it's even more exciting because DePaul is hosting on-campus vaccination clinics this week. You can find out more information and help get some information on scheduling your vaccine if you haven't yet had the opportunity to do so at go.depaul.edu/COVID vaccine. There you can find information on those on-campus clinics and also find some FAQs. If you didn't hear, DePaul is also going to be requiring the vaccine for the return to campus this fall. So you can find out the procedure to get your immunization card updated to your Campus Connect from that website as well. Then in terms of other updates and guidelines to keep you all in the loop on, just wanted to share some information about some of those current regulations. First, the state of Illinois continues to be in the phase 4 of the Restore Illinois plan. So what that means is that all on and off-campus gatherings continue to require approval through DHub. You can just go to that create an event feature in your DHub portal, create an event, and that'll automatically start that process for you. Gatherings continue to be limited to 50% of room capacity and no more than 50 people. So as you're planning, just keep that in mind so that you are able to appropriately accommodate whatever group you're planning to bring together. And then just as a reminder for off-campus events, we're still not allowing we're still not allowing overnight travel. And student organizations are still limited to those immediate counties surrounding Cook County. As always, if you have any questions about these regulations, you can find a full listing of all of the details at go.depaul.edu/campuslife, or you can reach out to us in student involvement. We're happy to talk through some of the different regulations as you're planning your different campus events. Then just wanted to again provide some of those current updates for student centers capacities as you are planning the different events and experiences. Here in a couple weeks, we're going to be talking specifically about planning graduation and end of year celebration activities. We've gotten a lot of questions from student organizations lately about what they can do on campus, especially as the weather is getting nicer. But just wanted to make sure that you had this listing so that you could find a space that works for you and your student organization. So with that, I'm excited to bring in this week's guest. Joining me is Pierre Jefferson from the Office of Student Involvement. Pierre, thanks so much for joining us today.
Hi, everyone. Hi, friends. Thank you so much for having me today, Courtney.
Yeah, so if you haven't heard yet, this week is one of my favorite weeks and something I've been looking forward to for a really long time. We're doing the Midterm Cereal Bar, which is one of our new campus traditions. Got to get the pom-pom out for it. Woo!
I don't have my pom-pom with me, but woo!
So, Pierre, how about you tell us a little bit about it?
Yes, we are so excited to bring back the Midterm Cereal Bar. This is our 3rd year doing the Midterm Cereal Bar, my 2nd. So super excited to bring back the event for you all. It will be tomorrow, on Tuesday, April 27th, in the atrium in the Student Center. So we're super excited to have some cereal for you all, some crafts, but we're going to show you a quick video of what it looked like last year and talk about what we have changed in order to make sure that we can reimagine this event for you all. Yes, so that was last year's Midterm Cereal Bar. We're so excited to be able to reimagine this event for you all. So I'll talk about a little bit about the what we're keeping the same and what we're changing a little bit due to our policies and stuff that we have to follow for our COVID-19 guidelines here at DePaul. So things that will stay the same. We will still have cereal. We will still have milk. However, those will be individually packaged for you all to make sure that we're not hands aren't all over the different items for folks. And so we'll have all different types of milks, different types of cereal for you all. And so we're super excited to bring that back for you. Instead of the mugs that we traditionally do, we're doing a cute little bowl with a little spoon also that goes with it. So we're excited for you all to be able to use that bowl throughout your life, keep it for forever, right? And also just to use for the event as well too. And so we're also having some of the same crafts, bead making, some coloring sheets, some origami, some fun stuff like that. The one thing that changes is that we won't have you all sit at the same tables, but we'll have you separated throughout the atrium there to make sure that we're keeping that distance for our policies. It won't be Valentine's Day themed this year, sorry. Obviously, we're in April, so it'll be a little more spring themed. So we're having some fun crafts for that around the season. So we're super excited to have all these different things for you all. And so it's some of it's staying the same, but it will look a little bit different based upon our new guidelines for COVID-19.
Well, thanks for sharing that, Pierre. I think it's also really important for student organizations, to see this video and then hopefully to see the event that we're doing tomorrow and just see how you truly can pivot and do events a little bit differently, right? Like everything can still have the same spirit, can still have a similar energy, can have a similar feel. There's just small tweaks that you have to do, right? Like you have to anticipate and change a little bit. So I'm just curious if there's any, lessons learned or things that you want to share with student organization leaders or others who might be planning events that you've taken from this process?
Yeah, I think it's definitely super important to be flexible. We had a space already queued up, but students, we had to move it due to some other things happening in the building, and students was very accommodating to us. And so always be flexible, because with that flexibility and that location change comes reimagining the event, right? So we had all these things planned, and so changing it up a little bit last minute was something that we had to do, but something that was easy based upon working with student centers and with our staff at OSI. So shout out to Courtney for helping with that process too. But yeah, I think also something else to make sure that you're keeping the guidelines in mind too, especially with food, seating, things like that. Also something that I had to redo, I talked to Courtney about this earlier today, was I was in the office today getting stuff ready, just like, okay, what do I have to get done? Like, it's been a year since we planned in-person programs, right? And so rethinking about like, okay, what do I need? I need to sign, I need these tablecloths. So make sure you have all that list, refresh that mind for those in-person events.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I think that's, one thing for student organization leaders to know is that OSI is here to help you with that list, right?
Yes.
So you might have your event listing of everything that you know that you need for a typical event, right? Tablecloths, supplies, but we were looking at something like this, crafts, order from Chartwells, all of those different things. But now you're probably going to have a couple other things, like you'll need a sanitizer station, which we have a mobile sanitizer station you can use. Signage reminding people to keep their masks on and to continue to social distance, entrance, exit signs, numbers that you can put on a ground if a queue starts to form or a line starts to form, all of those different things. So as you're planning some of these events as you return, feel free to reach out to us and connect with us. We have all of that, and we have it with the intention to lend it out to student organizations to make it easier for you all to plan events here on campus as well.
Yeah, for sure. And that's why we started to do in-person events too, right? We needed to get people back into the spirit of those things. And so we're doing it now to make sure that we're honoring out all the kinks for you all. So if you have questions for us, need supplies, definitely reach out to us, let us know. We are here to help you always.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I would say one of the other things I would share about tomorrow's event that's a little bit different and unique too. It's not only the elements in the event and the layout that we changed, we also changed the time. So we typically have done this event as like a 2-3 hour event. Well, we actually extended it. We're doing it from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. because we want to make sure that we can interact with all of the people who want to come through and still, again, maintain that 50-person capacity, because we know that we're held to that same standard that the rest of the DePaul community is. So just other things that you might have to be thinking about as you plan events when you return.
Yes, of course. One last thing. For those of you who are not on campus, who are away from campus, we do have a special Take Home Tuesday for you all. We have a little midterm cereal bar kit that we will ship out to you. The form opens on Tuesday, April 27th at 1 p.m. We have a little bowl and spoon and like little 2 packs of cereal for you. So if you can't come, which we're so sad that you can't be here, but we'll still keep you in the spirit with the little Take Home Tuesday kit for you all.
Oh, great. Well, Pierre, thank you so much for taking the time to join today. We've got one of our friends, Tanisha's waving her pom-pom from home. So thanks for tuning in today, Tanisha. But yeah, we'll see you back on campus tomorrow for Midterm Cereal Bar. And students, we hope to see you there as well.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Bye, Pierre.
Bye.
All right, so a couple other updates just for everyone as we wrap up today's vodcast. So again, just wanted to provide the schedule for our spring term activities. You'll see we're here on the 4th activity, that midterm cereal bar. But next week on Monday, we're going to have comic creations with Will Silney, who is a Marvel comic. So they'll be drawing some images from the upcoming Black Widow film. So be sure to check that out. We're going to have that as a truly hybrid event. So you'll be able to experience it remotely or in person. And then, like we mentioned earlier, we've got stuff planned for the rest of the quarter as well. So if you're around the Chicagoland area, we hope you consider joining us for some of those experiences. Then also had to put a plug in about the graduation celebration that's planned here on campus in a couple weeks now. So if you are a member of the class of 2011, wow, I am a decade off. 2021. We want to celebrate you with an on-campus celebration here. So if you go to commencement.depaul.edu, you can get some information about what we've got planned, and you can also sign up for a slot. This is going to be a timed entry, so be sure to go in and get that slot reserved as well. As always, I mentioned this website at the beginning of the vodcast, but you can go to go.depaul.edu/campuslife to continue to get updates and up-to-date information about all of the things going on around campus as we return this spring and prepare for a return this fall. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us in student involvement. Our email is just involvement@depaul.edu. But as always, we hope you stay safe and stay well. Bye-bye, Blue Demons.